Right now, I'm headed to the movie theater. The new Godzilla movie came out yesterday, and the trailer looked really cool. I mean, I liked the first one that came out, so I decided I'm gonna go check out that movie. I'm on the way to the movie, and I'm gonna get something to eat at Crystal's before I go. I'm good. How are you? All right, thank you. You too. This theater is packed right now. Hopefully I can still get a seat because like all the parking spots are taken up, and I thought watching it the day after would have been a better idea. So it turns out it was a good movie. I mean, some parts were kind of like, oh really? Wow, you know what I mean? But overall, it was a good movie. So Germany has a lot of things to do for people of all ages. They've got, the typical like the States, they got amusement parks, they got stores, all that stuff. But like the main attractions for Germany are the festivals they have, the transportation, the different foods they have, and then the whole bunch of places to visit and tourism. The festivals are one of the two major things that people do in Germany. The most popular is the Volksfest, which is German word for People Fest. Basically, it's like they host them all over the place. They host one on the that I know for sure at the military base in Grafenwehr. It's where they allow Germans and Americans to come together for a fest and have fun. There's rides, there's food, there's music. They're like a little fake little like club area, and it's like just a place for everybody to gather and just celebrate. And they do it all over Germany. Some friends of mine in high school, they would go to the fest in Nuremberg, which is like an hour and a half away. And the fests were always in the summer, fall time, spring. They were never in the winter. During the winter, they would have what we call Christmas markets, where there would be like kind of similar things, except there was no rides. It'd just be a whole bunch of food stands and little trinkets to buy. The like famous thing about Christmas markets was Glühwein, which is like a special kind of wine that you could drink when you go there. And they had like a version for kids too that didn't have alcohol in it. Transportation, almost all the cars are manual. They're all stick shift. No Germans don't really drive American cars. So I didn't grow up having a license in school and being able to drive to school and stuff like that, because you had to be 18 to drive unaccompanied, and you had to do about a year's worth almost of school, of driving school, like, and have a certain amount of hours completed of driving. And then you also have to pay about 2,000 euro for a license. That's about like 2,500 American dollars just to get your license. So that wasn't going to happen for me. However, if you came to Germany as an American student from the States and you already had your license, you could get a Userer license, which is a license that the Germans recognize, and you'd be able to drive around all over the place with just an American license. The main form of transportation besides cars would be buses and trains. They had bus stops everywhere that would take people. It'd be like €2 to ride the bus and go where you wanted to go. And you could also take the train. I did that a lot personally. I would ride the trains a lot my senior year to go to Nuremberg and this other town named Forchheim. And it was usually like, depending on how far it was, would be determined how much the price was. My trip, which was to go see a girlfriend that I had at the time, was about €11 to go one way. So it was like $13. And then I had to pay €11 again to come back home. The trains were a fun and, interesting way to travel, and I'd recommend doing that if you visit Germany. And the food in Germany was amazing. So like they have way different food than we do. I mean, they serve the same type of foods that we have, but they also season them different. The fries taste different. The burgers taste different. They had unique foods as well for just Germany. They had this thing called bratwurst. They're like hot dogs, but they taste, in my opinion, better. They have schnitzels, and it's kind of like a flattened pork patty, and they like bread it, and it's just delicious. And they also have a Knödel. It's like a little potato ball. They got Speise which is like their version of mac and cheese, which is delicious as well. Have crepes. Personally, it's like one of my favorites was crepes. It's It's a pancake, but it's super thin and really large, and you can put anything you want in it. You can put sweets, you could put sour food, salty food, and it was just, they would fold it up into like a triangle, and you just walk around and eat it. They're very popular at festivals. Another thing that's unique in Europe, I don't know if it's specifically Germany, but at age 16 you're allowed to drink. It's like certain alcohols you can drink. You can drink beer and stuff like that, but like hard liquor, you have to be like 17, 18 to start drinking that. And then you could even go to the clubs and, you know, the hookah bars and the regular bars. You could go to all that stuff at 16, but the only rule was you had to be out by midnight. And then when you turned 18, you could stay out as long as you want, drink whatever you want. You know, pretty much you're a full adult in Germany at 18. The other thing was the travel and tourism. Like, Germany was like right in the middle of Europe, so you could easily get to any other country like within a few hours, based on if you were doing a plane or you were driving there. Like, you could be in the Czech Republic from where I was in like 2 hours, and then you could be in Austria in 6. You could be in Italy in about 8. You know, something like that. You could just travel to so many places by driving, and if you just didn't feel like driving, you could just fly there, and the flights were cheap. I even took a trip once to Munich, and it was like a 3-hour train ride. It's like a big city in Germany, and I stayed there like a night and traveled around, saw the city and all that stuff. There were also plenty of like little towns to explore. There's a lot of farmland. We even saw a couple castles while I was there. There's plenty of stuff to do in Germany. You just have to be willing to go explore and not stay at the base the whole time. On Sundays, they had this law in Germany where you had to be quiet. Like, it was mandatory on Sundays. You could not make a loud noise. You couldn't mow your lawn. You couldn't be outside screaming and yelling all day and playing and stuff. It was kind of like a relaxed day for the whole country. Germany was just a very diverse experience for me. You know, first of all, military. Plenty of different people from plenty of different backgrounds come together. And then on top of that, in Germany, they have plenty of different cultures and people that live there as well. So all of us just mixing together in one spot and meeting people, hanging out, exploring. It was just a very great experience for me to grow up. Not many people get to experience that. I was very blessed to have the experience that I had in Germany. I did pretty much almost all of those things that I've listed in this video. One thing that I do have to complain about Germany though is that there's no AC. Like, during the summer it gets hot, and the only thing you got is a fan. So if you go during the summer, be prepared. Well, that's it for the video today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.